Hello, yes, it's Joe here for Joyrider TV, and today I'm just going out single-handed on a Hobie Tiger, both to see what it can do, but also I'm just testing a rudder that I've just fixed, but I thought you should come along for the ride, so welcome on board. Bit of unhooking, bit of finger work there. Whoopa! Okay, we'll just bear her away a little bit. And we're off. Whoa, that's the thing with the self-tacking jib, that's pulling the nose of the boat off the wind almost immediately. So I just put a tack in there, bringing the main sheet in quite hard to put the tack in, and there she is. I'll turn the ratchet on the main sheet block. I'll just get out a little bit further and then we'll put the dagger boards down, put the downhaul on, rev this baby up and see what she's got. I haven't done a lot of single-handed tiger sailing. I've always considered it to be a two-person boat, because it is, but just under the banner of this bit of testing, thought give it a go. I'm going to whack a fair bit of downhaul on, so I think I'm going to be feeling the power. Okay. Okay, so sheeting in, I'll get hooked on, just double check. Don't want to stack it before I even get going, and we're off. Oh yeah, she's got power, that's for sure. Just have to bear away a bit to get past this yacht. Really feeling a bit, yeah, she's certainly powered up. This is still the end of the morning wind here in Vasiliki Bay. Probably something like 12 knots maybe. Put a bit more jib on, very nice. Get that jib flattened off. Because even though the jib on the Tiger is small, still, if you don't have it in tight, it can produce quite a lot of power, but the wrong sort of power. Not the sort of power to make you go faster, more the type to just make the hull lift slow you down, like having a bag pulling you sideways, which no one wants a sideways pulling bag. All right, so I'm going to go for a tack. I don't have to warn anyone, I'm just checking the area, checking that I'm sailing pretty close to the wind, which I am. Okay, and we'll go there. So, nice, swivel to swivel cam, of course. Extra jobs when you're both sailing and Joyrider TV simultaneously. And especially with the single-handed sailing, I do like to put my feet under the tow strap just while I initially get out onto the trapeze, just to make sure that I'm not going to come unhooked and end up in the water, which would be no good, because the boat would capsize, it'd be a horrible mess, and I'd probably be being quite close to these moored yachts as well, might get stuck around a moored boat, which is not a good look. Got a bit of rope in the water. One thing that, especially with a boat like this, where there's a few more bits of rope on the boat, I'm always looking at the various ropes on the boat just to make sure, or try to make sure, that there's nothing that is going to do us an injustice, like a trapped rope or something that's tangled around something. So just having given it a quick scan, does look like everything's okay, so we'll continue. And we're just going to go upwind here enough so that we've got plenty of space to put the kite up, and that's going to really give the rudders a good test with the kite up. I'm already feeling that they are a little bit tight. It's not weather helm, it's actually the mechanics of the rudder system on this boat which feels a little bit tight. Probably what it is at the end of the connecting bar, everything's meant to twist and rotate, but I can feel that it's not rotating, which means that the rudders don't want to move quite as freely as they should. It's not a massive problem, all you've got to do is push or pull a little bit harder, but when you want your boat operating perfectly, it is of course a factor. Just lifting the hull there, a bit more wind. There we go. Yeah, I think the outhaul slipped as well. The piece of outhaul rope got on here does look a little tired and could possibly do with being replaced. I'm of course sporting the Zero Shoes Colorados. The Tiger is a more slippery side than the Hobie 16, but the Colorados are saying not a problem, plenty of grip there, and the big features, loads of space for the toes, and the barefoot feel that makes you feel that you're barefoot, even though you've got a load of grip. Okay, so we're just going to bang it in here pretty close to the shoreline. I'm trying to get as far forward as I can, but I am limited by the length of the tiller extension here. We're not using telescopic tiller extensions on our Tigers because some people do have a habit of snapping them, which does become quite expensive. All right, wind's going a bit light here, so I think, so when the wind goes light, occasionally that is combined with a lift. So you see our course has changed there a bit. That's a lift, allowing us to sail further upwind. And then if we get a gust, that would usually be combined with a header, which means we have to come away from the wind slightly. Okay, so I'm going to go for a tack and coming back on the boat, sorting my sheets out. We're already sheeted in hard. I'm sheeting a little bit more and checking the area's clear. So this time I'm going to come in onto the bottom like that. Oh yeah, that is quite stiff to push the rudders away. Okay, just going to pull my outhaul back on, really wedge it into the cleat to make sure it doesn't slip again. Of course, got rotator cam. Hello, good morning. Sticky jib. See, all these jobs which would usually be for the crew, it's the dangers of sailing single-handed. Under the foot strap, toe strap, and out we go, sheeting in as we go. Outhaul's just slipped off again. Definitely we need a new piece of rope there. Okay, but we'll just sail off on this tack far enough so that we can do one more tack and then go for the spinnaker. So very nice. If you're not so familiar with the Hobie Tiger, it is an excellent choice of first F18. If you're not familiar with the F18, the Hobie Tiger is an F18, which means Formula 18 catamaran, which is part of a bigger class of very similar boats, which are 5.5 meters long, 2.6 meters wide, 9 meters on the mast, and very good for a combined crew weight of between 140 to 160 kilos, something like that. Or big wind shift there. I think with these wind shifts I'm feeling that the afternoon wind is on its way, so I'm going to turn this bad boy around now. So before I turn it around this time, before I tack, I'm just going to bring this dagger board up to the downwind position. This is a good strategy, so I don't have to come down to the leeward side. Tack him round, and in fact I'm going to swivel the cam as we tack. Now that is advanced, I tell you. All right, just go try to tighten the outhaul up again. Might tighten it up and sort of tie it up a bit as well. Okay, all right, so gonna lift this dagger board. All right, I'm gonna pull the tack line out, separate tack line on this boat, which is nice. Now going for the bear away, gonna take it quite a long way down, in fact almost dead downwind for the hoist, and there we are. Don't want the accidental jibe, so just kind of nipping the tiller extension behind the leg. Nice technique, I think you'll find. Sheeting in and sheeting in the main a bit. It's not so windy, so we don't need the main bar tight. I think I'm going to jibe there immediately. Just checking the sheets, make sure the jibe's going to be clean, and in we go. And all right, bit of catchy sheet there, but nothing that we can't manage. All right, so there we go. She's pulling. Now I'm gonna have to head fairly high here with the kite to get around this harbour wall. If we get a gust, I'm gonna move out onto the trapeze because we've got a good amount of power. Yeah, going out on the trapeze. That is lovely. Okay, we could either do with a wind shift or slightly lighter wind if we want to keep this bad boy up. If we get a gust, we will be going into the harbour. There is a bit of a puff coming. I'm just working the sheet there as well, just easing off as much as I can. Yeah, so we've got a bit of a lift there. It's allowing us to come a bit higher, allowing us to arc it up a little bit, and there we go, very nice. But oh, so here's a new dilemma. If I go any further forwards, the sheet is rubbing on the back edge of the dagger board. What do we do? That is a tricky one, single-handed, because we don't want to restrict ourselves being too far forwards. If we were going to take it around the front of the shroud, so I'm going to take it, yeah, tricky. Yeah, I think I'll take it around the front of the shroud. There we go. So now I can have slightly better trim, get forwards a bit. Bearing away in the gust there, easing a bit of kite as we bear off. This sheet is just jamming a touch. Lovely, that's nice. See why people do this. You don't need a crew. Okay, it's nice to have a crew, of course. All right, we're going to go for a jibe. So, go jibe it quite quickly. So what I'm going to do is just chuck the sheet in, because I've made a bit of a mess of it with the sheet there. And in we go, under the boom. Give the mast a little push, help it round. Give the jib a little whack, help it across. Everything needs a little bit of help sometimes. Okay, maybe I'll stay on the boat this time, so go a bit deeper. Yeah, so I'm going to opt to go behind these moored boats, because what we don't want to do is put ourselves in any more risk than is necessary, and to go in front of the boats with the kite up when it's pretty gusty. If we got a gust we weren't expecting, we might have to bear away, and there might be a moored yacht right into the space where we are wanting to turn, which would be less than ideal. I'll just spin the old spinny cam. So you can see these boats as we go past. Hello. That one there from, where would that be? Croatia, perhaps? And coming in, there we go, that one from, would it be Norway? Answers on a postcard. All right, so I'm going to drop the kite now, taking up the slack on the retrieval, pinging it out of the cleat, long arms for the drop, pulling her in when she's tight, that's the tack line, releasing and pulling her in the rest of the way. Something's caught. What is it? Oh, it's this sheet. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that sheet was jamming there. It's not anymore. All right, just tidy the sheets up a bit, lifting the dagger boards a bit more, ready for docking. In fact, I'm gonna pull that bad boy out altogether, let the downhaul off. Everything. Whoa, little, almost the accidental jibe there. And in we come. Okay, that was a pretty good test. I'd say results of that test were, yes, we need to have a look at the rudder system a bit further, but wasn't too bad. But yes, we need to have a look at the rudder system a bit further. Just coming in over the shallow bit, and we're just going to spin it up into the wind onto this buoy. And overshooting the buoy, as you will know, is a regular theme with my parking. It's so that the boat will drift back onto the buoy. We don't have to pull the boat upwind at all, which, if it was any windier, could be a bit more like hard work. But I'm just going to clip this one on down here because we haven't got our custom riggers parking loop facility. All right, now I'm just going to get back on so I can sort the jib out using what I like to call the swimming pool technique. Okay, so there we go. I hope that was a worthwhile expedition. A few little technique tricks there, and something to look at when you're testing your rudders. If they don't feel like they're moving evenly, it might be because parts that are meant to be moving aren't moving. There we go. Okay, there'll be more coming up soon on Joyrider TV, so if you're not yet subscribed, then you should subscribe right now. But thanks for watching, and thanks for watching. Thank you.